Hey guys, it's Tamara Bennett from Southern Adornments Decor. I haven't seen you guys in a few days, and I haven't painted live with you in probably a couple of weeks. And so I'm excited to do this today. We're going to be painting this super cute little 3D turkey. It's kind of like a little baby turkey, and she's got 3D feet. So you paint her feet and then glue them on, and they're going to look like they're popping out. And then we've got little hands holding her sign, her little beak, and waddle. What is it? A waddle? What do they call a turkey's guzzler sort of thing? I'm not even sure. I'm live on TikTok too, so if you see me looking in two directions, that's why. And then the eyes are going to be 3D. So we've got different parts of this that are going to stand out. And I think it's going to be super cute. I think we're also going to do some testing out with these paints that have just been released last couple months in Joann's stores. They are Deco Art brand, small batch acrylics, and they have my face on the box. How fun is that? That's me. Oh, right there. That's me. And so they've got a variety of colors in the box. It's kind of a good basic starter set of colors. If you don't have a lot of paint, you definitely want to give this one a try. So let me show you what all colors come in it. We've got like white, black, brown, purple, a green, a blue, orange, yellow, red, and this is sort of like a fuchsia magenta sort of color. Oh, it is called magenta. And so from these colors, you can make all kinds of colors. All these colors on the box were made by mixing some of the colors here. So I thought we might play with that today. And so you might get a little lesson in how to mix paint along with learning how to paint this door hanger. Tell me who all's watching this morning. Who's here? Hi, Tara. Hello, Susie. Hi, Georgie. Thank you for joining me today. I see we've got TikTok too. I apologize if I miss any of your questions on TikTok because my desk is white. It makes it really hard to see the questions. So I've got my paint ice cube tray here laid out, and we're going to be putting our paints in that. And then we're going to be gluing everything on. So what I think we probably need to do first is paint all of the areas on our little turkey. They're going to be brown, and then build from there. I think. Hold on. Let me think through this real quick. These are going to be orange. These are going to be brown. Our feathers, I'm thinking, are going to be multicolor. I kind of, on the example photo, they were kind of like different shades of red, orange, and brown, but I want to kind of spice it up a little, maybe do a little bit of this. I'm not quite sure yet. So we'll definitely need the orange. We're definitely going to need the brown, and I'm probably going to lighten that up because that brown's pretty dark. So let me know what you think about the plan. Hi, Shanna. Hi, Nicole. Hello, Lisa and Kathy. Good morning, Elizabeth. Nicole says, I need that turkey. Well, there's a couple different ways you can paint this turkey. Hello, Ashton on TikTok. You can download the template and cut out your own wood shape using a hand saw or like a jigsaw, scroll saw, or using a laser cutting machine. Or you can purchase one of these designs already cut out just like this from our shop. The door hanger size would be 18 inches. So if you want one to hang on your door, definitely get that one. Tammy says it's funny because you can tell where people are from based on how they say their greeting. Hi, hello, hey. Yeah, hey is our southern, like Kentucky through Texas area. Hi, hello. I don't know where you guys are, probably a little more north, but that's so funny that you pointed that out. Hello, Teresa. Hi, Catherine. Angie says, I'm excited to watch so I can get mine painted. A lot of you guys have ordered this one. We have shipped a lot of these. So let's get started with our, I think I want to get my browns and my oranges down because that may dictate also some of these other colors that I choose to use on the feathers and stuff. And so I don't want to jump too far ahead and paint the feathers first. The turkey, Jody, is cut from 1/4 inch thick MDF. So that's how thick it is right there. And it's MDF material. It's super smooth, easy to paint on. Once we get all these pieces painted, we will glue them down. So let's just start with our little turkey's feet here. And we're just going to use the orange. This one's called Bold Orange. If you don't have the small batch paints, I did put the link in the video description for you guys. You can get them. You can get them in your Joann's store if you have a Joann's store nearby. That I would love for you guys to see if you can find them in your stores. You can also get them on the Joann's website, or you can now also buy them on the Deco Art website. And so the link that I put in the description is for the Deco Art website, because a lot of our Painters Clubhouse members like to shop on that site because they get 30% off using our Painters Clubhouse discount code. My stomach is growling already, you guys. I haven't eaten anything yet today. I just got home from, I should make sure I've got this facing the right direction. Yes. I just got home from Naples, Florida last week. I was there for a business mastermind and we had a wonderful time. But as soon as I got home, I was like, oh my goodness, there is so much stuff awaiting me before Southern Adornments Live. That's in like just a little over 2 weeks, you guys. I cannot wait to see you guys. It's going to be so much fun. So if you haven't gotten your Southern Adornments Live virtual ticket, or if you still think you can join us in person, you have until Friday to get your ticket purchased. So the virtual ticket, there's 2 different options. There's Fly on the Wall. That allows you to kind of just see everything, watch all of the videos, and feel like you're there's the virtual participant ticket, which actually we will send you a kit in the mail with all the things you're going to need to do all 6 of the projects that we are doing in person at the event. Thank you, Donna. She said he's cute. Debbie found the paints at Joann's store in Henderson, Nevada. Awesome. Anybody else found these paints in your Joann stores yet? Let me know. Hi, Laura. Hi, Dalton. I'm so glad you guys are here. What does my shirt say? It says, eat, pray, give thanks. It was made by Cotton Chaos. I went live with them this past weekend while we were in Naples. And their Cotton Pickin' T-shirt club is actually open right now for new signups. So if you're interested in that, I can grab the link for you and drop it in the comments. But let me know what questions you guys have as we get started here while I'm grabbing that link. And I went to the wrong place to get it. That's not helpful. Let's see. I'm going to have to do the search bar. Cotton Pickin'. There it is. Cotton Pickin' T-shirt club. This is a t-shirt from last year. So I don't think they have this actual one available anymore. But they do have some super cute new fall ones out. And then they've got a special promotion going right now. If you sign up for their t-shirt club, you actually get like a bonus bracelet stack of 5 bracelets in with your t-shirt, and it's going to match the September tee. And I have a feeling that September tee is going to be a fall design. I haven't gotten to see it yet, but I think it's going to be a fall design. Oh, thank you, Georgie. I've had these earrings for a long time. I don't even remember where they came from. Doing a quick second coat on these, but you know what? I haven't painted with these small batch acrylics a lot on wood. And they are covering like crazy good. That is 1 coat of orange. Look how well that covered. But I did a second coat out of habit. I'm not even sure it needed it. Yes, Wanda, I did. I haven't gotten it uploaded yet because I've been out of town, but I will. Thank you for the reminder. Can I show the box of paints? They're kind of sitting up here in the corner of my video. They come with red, yellow, orange, a lot of really nice basic colors. Purple, green, blue, black, white, magenta. So that's what they come with. And they also have a little insert inside the box with my photo. And it's got a little pamphlet that shows a project that you can paint, instructions on how to do that, a little QR code with a video, a little intro about me, and then here's like a color swatch of all the other small batch paints that they have. So these are different from like your Americana paints because they are higher quality, like they're more pigmented than even the Americanas are. And so that's part of the reason why you're getting such a good coverage of paint on these versus, you know, sometimes even with the Americanas, we have to do a couple of different coats. But look, this is 2 coats and that is perfectly covered. I mean, it looks awesome. I don't even know if it needed that second coat, but I did it out of habit. So we're going to set that to the side. We'll do the eyes later. Let's set those off. The hands are going to be brown. The sign, let me look at my picture. The sign was tan in this one, so I may wait a bit before deciding. So let's do the hands and the head in the brown that we're going to do, and then go from there. Trisha says, I don't have a Joann's anywhere near us. Then Trisha, you need to just go to the DecoArt link that I put up in the video description and buy them directly from the DecoArt site. Cindy said, what acrylic paints are you using? What are they called? They're called small batch acrylics from DecoArt. I put the link in the video. Okay, I'm rinsing my brush out for you guys. Hey, Cynthia. Hi, Sheila. Tina says, I can't wait to get my big box. Oh, I'll talk about that in just a minute. So anyways, let me give you a quick recap of what I was saying about Southern Adornments Live. So there is still the opportunity to get, oh goodness, there's like, these are like pressurized and they come shooting out of there. You still have a chance to get your virtual tickets or your in-person ticket until Friday. So if you want to get that, definitely go to southernadornmentslive.com before Friday and order, because we have to cut it off so that we can get all these shipped out and sent out. Making sure I ain't getting paint on my shirt. And then once you've done that, you should be good to go. I would love to see you in Destin, Florida and meet you in person. That would be so fun. But if you can't, I would love to see you virtually join on there, because there's a whole Facebook group you can join. You can post pictures of your projects and things there. And you're going to if you get the virtual participant one, like I said, we will send you a box with all the items you're going to need for all 6 projects. So you feel like you can do it with us. Kelly said, I'm excited to be a virtual attendee. Awesome. It's going to be fun. Oh, also huge benefit. There's brown paint on my hand. Huge benefit to being a virtual and an in-person attendee is that you're going to get first dibs at buying a ticket to 2024. We will be announcing where and when the 2024 Southern Adornments Live event is going to be on Saturday, September 30th, in the latter part of that afternoon. So right before the event wraps up, or we might do it that morning. I don't know yet. I need to decide. But we're going to make the announcement, and we're going to sell the tickets so that you guys can get first dibs. So if you are a virtual attendee, you'll have first dibs. And if they sell out to our in-person attendees and our virtual attendees, we might not sell any to the public. We'll just have to wait and see. But there's going to be a huge benefit to getting them early, because you guys will get the best deal possible. Plus you secure your spot. Okay. The other thing we were going to talk about was big box of blanks. And so you were talking about that. I'm going to lighten this brown up a little bit with some white while I'm talking about this. Our next big box of blanks is going to be packed pretty soon. We're going to be sending it out before the end of the month. And so if you want to get the next box, you need to make sure and get on the wait list, because this Friday we will actually be opening it up for like just the weekend, so that if you didn't get a box in the past and you want to get a box, we've got a few spots available. And so we'll be filling empty spots. Diana says, where do you watch from if you're virtual? There's a Facebook group, Diana. Email our customer service at info@southernadornmentsdecor.com and they can fix you up with that. I still think I want this to be lighter. Let's go lighter. Is the Facebook group for virtual attendees the same as the Southern Adornments Live group? Yes, it's the same group. Same Facebook group. Kelly said, if I got the last box, do I need to get on the wait list again? No, if you are already a subscriber and you got that last box, there's nothing else you need to do. I'm going to add a touch of orange to this too, because I want it to have a little bit more of like a reddish orange tint. I think I need a little red too, red and orange. We're playing with mixing colors. So I've got brown. I've added a little bit of white. I've added a couple drops of red and a couple drops of orange. And I'm kind of just playing with this color. And I think we need a little bit more brown. I put too much white in it. That's why I like using the ice cube trays, is it allows me to kind of mix inside this ice cube tray. If I were doing this on a foam paper plate, this paint would already be all the way across the plate. All right. And I'm mixing with the bottom of my paintbrush. That keeps the paint from getting all stuck up in the ferrule of the paintbrush. Donna says, is this 3D turkey blank part of the big box of blanks, or can it be purchased alone? This one is just a standalone. You can purchase it on the site. Look how much lighter that is. A lot better. The big box of blanks designs are always the surprise. So you guys will get those. You won't know what's going to be in them until it lands on your front porch. But I will say that the next big box of blanks that's going out will have a Thanksgiving design, a Christmas design, and a winter design in it. So that kind of gives you the themes of what's going to be in it. Look how well that covered. One coat. That's awesome. Okay, let's do the little neck on our turkey. And then our turkey's little face. So it just kind of made this brown a little lighter and a little softer. Kind of a little darker than like the sable brown we use with Americana paints. It kind of makes me think of like the color of a teddy bear. Real soft and light brown. But look at this coverage. If you guys haven't tried the small batch acrylics, I highly recommend them. They are great quality, highly pigmented. They cover so beautifully. I'm not doing a very good job with this giant half-inch wide flat tip brush staying inside the lines, but that's okay. With as well as this stuff covers, I'm not too worried about getting outside the lines and making a mess because it'll just paint over it. Okay, now when you're done like covering the area, definitely go back and kind of smooth out your brush strokes a little bit. This paint is it's like a touch thicker than what you might be used to. And so if you don't get those brush strokes kind of smoothed out, just kind of feather like this with your brush and it'll smooth them out. Donna says it's like Christmas 4 times a year. Yes. Oh, so no, Donna. Yeah, you can't buy it separately. Big Box of Blanks is an automatic subscription that comes 4 times a year. The turkey, however, you can buy separately. I did put the link to that up in the video description. Cassandra, the waitlist link is up there also. Where can we order the next box? Melanie, go get on the wait list. We're opening it up on Friday. So set yourself a reminder or something to check your email on Friday, and we're sending you a link. Okay. Okay. So let's put this back on there so we can get a little bit of a visual so far of what we've done, because it feels like we haven't done much, but then you lay all this on there, and because it's 3D, we've done more than you think. So that's what we've got so far. I need to paint this red. What color was the little thing on top of his head? Oh, that's brown also. It's a little bit of a darker shade of brown. So I could add just a touch more of the regular brown so that it looks a little different. Let me bring it down here. I feel like I'm reaching. I'm kind of dipping in both colors because I wanted that like swirled effect of where it's like not all one color. I want it to look furry up there. So kind of just, instead of smoothing out my brush strokes, I'm actually kind of accentuating them on purpose up here. So I'm getting a little bit of that dark brown and just kind of making like little swoops so that it looks like little feathers tufting out of his head. See what I mean? Can y'all see that? Super cute. I might do a little bit of that on his hands too. That way his hands look feathery. You think? Get a little bit of that darker brown and kind of just swoop it. Make him look feathery. Like that. Let's do the same thing to the other side. So I'm just using a little flat tip brush, and this is probably not the ideal brush for this, but you could also use like a round tip brush or an angle tip brush, whatever you're comfortable with. I've lost all my dark brown. And I'm just kind of feathering it around the edge. I'm kind of only getting that dark color on the corner of my brush so that I can kind of control where I'm putting it. And then if I get too much, I just go pick up some more light and layer it onto. That's kind of cute. He's got feathery little hands. Wanda says, does this turkey come with the 3D pieces? Then you order the blank. Wanda, when you go to the website, this one will be available in 5 different sizes. And the largest size, the 18-inch, will have 2 options, with or without 3D pieces. So if you want the 3D pieces, select the 18-inch design with the 3D pieces. Carrie says, I'm having trouble cutting MDF with my Glowforge. Do you have any suggestions? You probably have your speed too fast. So dial your speed down slower. And if that doesn't work, increase your power. What are your favorite brushes? Flat tip brushes, always. I don't have a particular brand though. Hey Meg, I'm glad you're here. Okay, let me look. Okay, his little eyes are going to have to be white. So let's paint those real quick. Where's my, there's white in this box. So let's see how good this white covers. Oops, hold on. It would help if I shook it up first. It was kind of separated. Thank you, Charla. Does anybody have any questions? We've talked about Southern Adornments Live, and that's happening in just over 2 weeks. You guys can still get your virtual tickets, or you can come join us in person through Friday. Friday is the cutoff. Also, if you're an in-person attendee, you have until Friday to buy your VIP dinner ticket if you're wanting to do that part of it. So Friday is the deadline for all of that. And then Friday is also when our big box of blanks is opening for some new subscribers. So if you're not on that wait list, you might miss out. Definitely get on the wait list and check your email Friday. Looks like it's covering pretty good so far. I am painting over that little circle in the center because we're just going to glue that eye on top of that. So I'm not worried about getting on top of it. Kind of helps me smooth out my brush strokes. What is the discount code for the paint set? Roxanne, you'll have to go into, oops, I'm getting my arm in the paint. You'll have to go into the Painters Clubhouse and get that at the discount code tab at the top, because it changes every month. Like every 30 days, it changes. And so you'll have to go in there and copy and paste it. If you're not a Painters Clubhouse member, you can join at paintersclubhouse.com. And then once you join, you'll find that discount link up at the top. Oh, clean your fans. Yeah, that's a possibility too. I forgot about that. Thank you for that, Jackie. Leisha, this one is the one behind me is a wood blank you can get in our shop. It's called Hello Fall Fence. And there is a free tutorial for that one on my Facebook and YouTube. Dixie, we have already started working on that. It should be added to the shop probably by the end of the week, I would guess. Has TikTok got any questions? You guys are kind of quiet. Okay. I don't think I've missed any. Okay, so that's one coat of white. Did a pretty good job. Definitely needs a second coat though. White's always tricky though. So we'll do a second coat and see how it looks. And I did put it on fairly thin also. I don't, this is a little bit of a thicker paint and I didn't want to cake it on there. So I kind of go around the edges and then I just smooth out the middle. Donna, I won't tell that you're working. I pulled out my fall shirts this morning. My husband's like, it's not exactly fall yet. I'm like, kind of is. But I told him I'm painting fall today, so I'm wearing a fall shirt. I don't care what you say. When do you guys start wearing fall shirts? Like, or decorating for fall? When do you begin? Sometimes I start as early as like August 15th, but definitely by September 1st, I'm dragging that stuff out. I'm really late this year. I have not dragged out any fall stuff, but I haven't hardly been home. I was gone all last week and then gone for 4 days before that. It's been a busy time. Okay, I still feel like it might need another coat. So white might just be one of those colors that it doesn't matter which paint you're working with. If you want like a solid coat of white, you just got to do multiple coats. It did cover the brown nicely though. Did you notice that where I got messy and got it over on the eye? It covered pretty well. Marie said Becca convinced us to put it out on Labor Day. Okay, good. That's not too early, I don't think. Vicki says September 1st. Donna wore one yesterday. I'm glad I'm not alone. Dixie said in the Burr month, so October. I was like, September is September. So yeah, September, October, November. So in months that end in Burr are fall months. I agree. That's a good framework for it. Lisa has on a Halloween shirt. Carol's already decorated for fall. Can anybody tell me where to find this live? I'd like to watch it on my iPad. Norma, open up your Facebook app and go to Southern Adornments Decor on your Facebook app. All right, we're going to let that dry. And while that's drying, I'm going to paint the little red part on his little beak. This red is so bright. Look at this. So bright. Crazy bright. Look at that coverage too. It's awesome. Okay, so that's going to go there. Now we've got our little wings here. And then our feet are here. We're going to have to paint our eyes black. So we'll need to decide a color for our sign and our feathers, which for the feathers, I was kind of thinking like maybe some red. I thought about also doing a little bit of magenta and maybe some yellow. What do y'all think about that? Melanie said, I thought I saw you last week in Naples, Florida, but I didn't want to feel like a fool if it wasn't. Melanie, you should have come over and said hi. That would have made my whole week. Where did you see me at? Hopefully it wasn't at one of the restaurants where I was shoving pasta in my face. There are so many Italian restaurants down there in Naples, and they all have pasta. I ate so much food last week. It was ridiculous. I wish you'd have come and said hi to me. But that would have been funny if it wasn't me, too. Probably not funny to you, but it would have been funny to me. Those paints are covering really good. The white was the only one that I felt like I had to do multiple coats on. You ready to decorate for Christmas? Slow down, Brooke. I like fall. Let's do fall first. You can do Christmas at your house. Okay. I didn't see any like, no, don't on the colors. So let's go with these. And I'm thinking maybe in this order, like so. Like that. And then on this side, we can just repeat the pattern, right? We can go like this. This color, this way. This one's called Magenta. Let me get it shook up real good. It's a really pretty, like, purpley, pinkish red. Look, those colors are so pretty together. So this is going to be this feather here. And there's like a little stripe that goes across each one. So I'm not sure yet what color I'll do that little stripe. We'll see. Kind of just winging this one. I'm planning it as I go. So that one's going to be that color. This one's going to be red, yellow. And then there will be like one behind it. Maybe that one should be like orange right there. And then do another magenta one here. You love the magenta? I do too. It's okay, Norma. It'll still be there when you do find me. there's a way to also like save videos on your phone or your iPad, and then you could open them up, but I can't technically explain how to do that, so that might not be very helpful. Got kind of out of the line there. Melanie said, it was you. I knew I should have listened to my hubby. We were outside of a restaurant, Dormer, Naples. I don't know where Dormer, Naples is. There were a lot of restaurants there that I'd never heard of before. Hey, Miss Pam. Okay, these definitely need another coat. They're really pretty, but they do look just a little bit transparent, which I was afraid of that with magenta. Vicky said I've saved so many videos. Yeah, I think it's called a gobbler. I'm not quite sure. Oh, in downtown. Gotcha. Yes. Yeah, you should have said something. I would have loved to have gotten a picture with you and met you. I love meeting people that watch me online. It's so fun. Because normally it's just me talking to my laptop here. It's fun to meet people. Okay, that's coat number 2 on the magenta. Get those brush strokes smoothed out. Hopefully they will have these small batch paints in all the Joann stores eventually. Right now they're only in a select number of them. So I think they're kind of testing them to see like if people love them and buy them and whatnot. And so if you guys all run out to your Joann's and buy them, maybe they'll eventually be in all the Joann stores. Julie, this is called the Heated Craft Tool. It's made by Ranger. It's linked in my Amazon favorites. I'll put my Amazon link down here in the comments for you so you can bookmark it. Do you paint under the 3D pieces or leave it? I leave it plain, Michelle, because it's not going to show anyway. Okay, that 2 coats of magenta looks pretty good. I might test one little spot over here and do a 3rd coat and just see if it makes much of a difference. Certain colors are hard to get really opaque, I feel like, when they're making them, because it's, you know, it changes the color if you add a lot of like white base to it. And so to make it this deep magenta, it has to be somewhat a transparent base. Are these paints different than the DecoArt you normally use? Yes, these are called DecoArt small batch acrylics. They're a premium paint. They have like a higher pigment content in them. They also have stuff that makes them more like multi-surface. That looks better, so I'm just going to go ahead and do it on all of them. It makes them multi-surface, so you can use them on glass, fabric, wood, I don't know, all kinds of stuff. So it's got a lot more applications. I think it has like a sealer built into it too. So they're a higher quality paint. All right, now that we've done the magenta, let's move on and do the red right here beside it. Oh, I've already got red over here. So the red is called Candy Red. Very appropriate. It definitely reminds me of like a candy apple. Goes right in there, and then also here. They glide and cover so well. I feel like it makes the painting even easier because it's just so smooth. 1 coat of red, y'all. Look how dark that is. You see that? That is some good red. You know, when you find a red that covers really well, it's awesome. Reds can be tricky. I've done this entire thing with this little 1/2-inch flat tip brush. Certain areas though, I'm like struggling to fit it in there. I'm too stubborn to switch brushes. It'll be fine. Just keep doing it. Okay, let's try it and check. Reds and yellows. We're fixing to test it in a minute because we're going to use yellow next. So we'll see how well this yellow covers. Sheila says, is that a magnet or do you glue the pieces on? Oh, we glue them on, Sheila. We'll be doing that toward the end here. If any of you guys want to paint one of these yourself, go grab the template in our shop. I put the link up in the video description, or you can get this particular wood blank, and you can get it with or without the 3D pieces. So, and that's only in the 18-inch size. We aren't offering the 3D pieces on the little size, but just on the 18-inch. We already have several of these little dudes cut out, so they should ship pretty quickly. Okay, I think that looks good. I really feel like 1.5 coats was all I really did there, and it looks great. So let's move on to the yellow now. This is called Yellow Sun, and it's really bright. I can't decide if I want to do just bright yellow or if I want to make it a little bit more muted, like maybe add a little orange to it. Because this is what it, like, this is how bright it is. And then this is the magenta and the red. It feels really bright next to the others. Brienne says mustard. So maybe add a little orange to it. Would that make it mustard? Add a drop of orange and see what happens. Ooh, I don't think that's mustard. It's more like a really light tangerine color. It's kind of mustard, but it's also kind of like a tangerine color. I think I like that better, actually. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, this one's not going to cover as good as some of the others because it's yellow probably. So what we're going to do, instead of me just forging through and doing like 3 and 4 coats of yellow, is I may add a little bit or put a little white on the side. I already had some on the side. I don't know why I just did that. And I may do like mix a little white in it as I paint it. Does that make sense? So I'm kind of mixing the white into it. I'm kind of dipping in both colors. That's essentially what I'm doing. Dipping in both colors so that it increases the opacity of the paint color. And then when I get that base coat down, I can go back with just the mustard color and it should be a little bit more coverage. Because see, that looks like banana cream right now. That's what that color looks like. And that's not the color we're going for, but this is going to be kind of our primer coat. Okay. A little bit more on these spots that are not as thick. Whoops, I just got some on the red. My baby wipe. See if I can get it off real quick. Ta-da! It's like it never happened. I did it over here too, apparently. There we go. Homemade banana pudding would be delicious right now. Yes, definitely. How much are the companion packs for this month? Molly, there's a $34 option and a $54 option. Yeah, Tammy, I think I'm going to do that orange. I don't know. Because like, or I could do it red. Would it be weird to do it red or orange? Cast your vote. Red or orange in this little area behind the neck. Monica says, I don't see the link. What link are you looking for, Monica? Red, red, orange, red, orange, 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 red. And Dixie said Kelly Green. You just trying to throw me off my game, Dixie. Red, orange. Okay, so visually, this is what else we got going on here. So, you know, I want to balance the colors. So I kind of wonder if the orange would be distracting right here because we've got orange here and here. You know what I mean? Red might disappear into the background a little bit more, and that's what we want. We don't want to accentuate this area. We want it to kind of just disappear into the background. So I'm thinking the red might be the smarter choice. I'm going to switch to a smaller brush because I'm afraid I'll have a hard time getting that red in there without making a big mess. So I've got this little bitty flat tip brush. I'm just tracing the outlines of that area and fill in the middle. I got too much paint over there, so that's why I switched to this side. Sometimes I do that if I'm having a hard time, like I got too much paint on my brush. I'll just distribute it somewhere else and then come back. I think that looks pretty good. Yes, it's part of his feather. And so I didn't want to like mess up my pattern. The red I feel like is kind of a happy medium because it's not the same color as these two. Even though the pattern isn't the same, it doesn't really matter. Oh, the green in the box. Oh, okay, I got you, Dixie. Oh, you don't see this link to get him to paint. Oh, well, let me go grab it and I will drop it. It's right underneath the title for my live, so that might have made it hard to see. This is where you can find him. Right there. Okay, what else do we have to do? We have to paint the eyes black. We could do that real quick. That way we could start gluing stuff on pretty quick. We've got to do the stripes on the outside of these feathers. Oh, we have to also do some more yellow. I got squirrely and forgot about that. But we'll go ahead and paint these eyes so they can be drying. Black paint. There we go. We'll just set those over here and let them dry. And then we need to do our yellow again. Get all that black paint out of that brush. Okay, so now I'm taking the original yellow that we mixed. This was the sun yellow mixed with a little bit of like a drop of orange. And it made it this really pretty mustard color. And now we're just going in for our second coat on top of the primered coat that we did with a little bit of white in it. It's covering a lot better this time. Same thing over here. There we go. Let's dry it. See if it needs another coat. Yeah, this one's in the template club. So if you're a template club member, you should have gotten him already. He was the first Friday release, right? I think he was released the first Friday in September. September 1st. So it was a couple of weeks ago. I just haven't had a chance to paint him yet. I've had him cut out this whole time, and I was like ready to paint him. I just haven't had a chance to. Okay, definitely needs another coat. So we're going to just go in and just do it. Put it on there. So the red covers amazingly. The orange covers really well. The magenta and the yellow, I still struggle a little with, just like with everything else. Sometimes you got those colors that just don't cover too well. Molly finally got Henrietta done last night. Awesome. Congratulations. Yeah, you can purchase this one as a blank, Patrick. I posted the link up in the comments, just a little higher up from yours. There's like a little spot on the MDF right there that had like a dark chip of wood in it, and it's not wanting to cover. So I'm like doing like 15 coats on that one little spot. All right. I think that'll be good. Our little sign, what color should we paint that? Hey, Kay. So if our hands are brown, like this, our feet are orange. Here's our little eyes. They're still wet, but we'll set them right there. Look how cute. So cute. I almost kind of think maybe like, yeah, buttermilk or something. I don't have that in the small batch, but we could totally pull it from the stack and use the buttermilk color. Oh, some of you guys are saying I should use blue or green or something like that on the sign. Let's do our buttermilk around the edges of our feathers and then go from there. This buttermilk color, I'm nearly out of it. I used a lot of it a couple weeks ago for a project, and I just, I've ordered some more, but it hasn't come in yet. What about turquoise? I thought about that too, Sandy. I'm not sure. What color turquoise would you use? I can't say that word all of a sudden. I'm using this little bitty flat tip brush again. I went back to it to get these little stripes. Light buttermilk is kind of a really creamy off-white if you don't have this color. It always looks good with fall colors. My hands are getting the shakes just a little bit because I haven't eaten anything yet today. My blood sugar must be a little low. Don't worry, I'll eat as soon as this live is over. I've just been busy this morning and haven't had a chance to eat. Trying to get caught up from all the things of being out of town. Okay, I got a little spot right here. Baby wipe. Even if it's starting to dry, sometimes if you give it a little scrub with the baby wipe, it still comes up. Greenwood pop or teal, bluegrass green. What size is that you're painting with? It's a 1/4 inch wide flat tip brush. So compared to my finger, I'm gonna turn him around a little bit so I can get this angle right. You could also use a round tip brush for this part, but I just like the flats. We have brushes in our shop too. They're in different packs based on brush type. So there's like a brush pack of 12 sizes of flat tip brushes. So if you don't have flat tip brushes this size, you could get that. There's a pack of 12 round tip brushes in all different sizes. angle tip brushes, and filbert. So if you prefer angle tip brushes, you might really like that set. I don't use those very much unless I'm shading, but I know a lot of people prefer the angle brushes. The filbert ones I love for painting anything round, like a polka dot, a flower petal, or lettering. And then the round tip brushes I like for details, script lettering, things like that. He is cute. Thank you. Somebody suggested sage green. Cynthia said, I took a phone call and came back and you're almost done. It probably feels that way because we had all these pieces off, you know, but when you set them on here, we've gotten more done than you think. These do need a second coat real quick. These little stripes. I'll just go around and do those. Again, if you're just hopping on, you might have missed where I was talking about our deadlines that are coming up this week. So Friday is the deadline to get your in-person or your virtual participant ticket to Southern Adornments Live. It's happening in just over 2 weeks. It's 2 weeks from this coming Friday. So if you want to get your virtual participant ticket, grab it. We will mail you all of the projects that we're going to be doing. You get to do them from home with us. If you want to get an in-person ticket, maybe you live close enough or you found that you can take the time off and travel to Destin to be with us. It's not too late. Grab your ticket by Friday to do that. And then on Friday also, we're opening up our Big Box of Blanks subscription. So if you've been wanting to get that, it's a quarterly subscription. You can get on the wait list now. The information for everything I'm talking about is up in the video description. So just click the thing you're wanting. If you're wanting the wait list, click on that and set yourself a reminder for Friday so that you don't forget to check your email and sign up, because we'll be sending that next set of boxes out pretty soon. All right, I got a little bit of touch-up work on his little face to do with the brown because I got kind of wily over here and it was more than a baby wipe could clean up. So I just was saving it till the end, and I'm going to go in with my brown on this little bitty flat tip brush and just do a real thin coat to kind of cover up my mistakes right through there. Just cleans it up just a little. And I need to do a little bit of touch-up work on this red underneath here. Okay. Let's take these off. Whoop, almost messed that up. And let's paint our little sign. So it was suggested that we do like a sage green or something like that. I'm not even sure what I have, so let me look. No, that feels too bright. I don't really have very many sage greens. I do have this one. It's called Sage Mint. Not sure how I feel about that. I've also got like Hauser Light Green. That might be kind of pretty, like with these colors. I kind of like that better. And then if we're looking for a turquoise kind of color, what is this one? Ooh, what is this? This is called Laurel. It's a more muted greenish blue. All right, so let's take a vote. Hauser Light Green or Laurel? Which one do you want to see? Hauser Light Green or Laurel? Hi, Miss Pam. My ice is all stuck together in my cup, and my straw can't get to the bottom. As always, you guys are going to make this hard on me. I got to count. I saw a bunch of Laurel, and then saw a bunch of green. I wish StreamYard had the option where I could just put the poll up on there on this counter on the screen, and it would like keep track of the votes. That would be awesome. Okay, let me look real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, I'm stopping at Selena's comment. There's 22 votes for green at Selena's comment. And I'm going up for the other one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay, I only see 14 votes above Selena's comment. So I think this one won by a neck. I don't know. It wasn't a landslide vote. Y'all were pretty either one. Phone was ringing. Okay, so this is the Hauser light green. I think it's going to give it just a little bit like of a pop. It'll make all these other colors. It complements these other colors too. So let's just lay that on this sign here in the middle. If you've never painted one of my wood signs, don't be afraid to paint over the lettering because you'll be able to see it through the paint. And so it's okay if you paint over it. It's a whole lot easier to do that than to sit here and try to paint around every letter. That's just insanity. You also don't have to worry about getting it on here or on here. You can just kind of slap it on there because those areas are going to have that 3D piece glued on there. So just kind of fill it in. Blend, blend, blend. I might do a little bit of like some streaks of like a lighter color in here too to kind of break up the solid colorness of it. I saw Cynthia where she said I could mix them or use them both. I thought about it, but I'm like, sometimes you get a happy result with that. And sometimes I'm like, I don't know about that. Don't like that color. So I don't know. Cause see, I don't know. I'm not sure if they go together. Let me dip in the paint and just put a little on there and see what happens. I'm not crazy about the way that looks. It looks gray when I put it on top of the green. So I'm just going to paint that back in, cover that up. And then I'm going to instead dip just the corner of my brush in a little bit of white and do this right here. Just add some little pops of white kind of through the different areas. And then once I get them on there, we will kind of blend them in a little. So like that, and then go back and get my green and just kind of wash them back and forth. Soften them up. Dip in a little bit more green if it's not softening enough for you. I kind of like that. It looks a little less perfect. I could dry brush brown, but at this point I'm like, I don't know. Do I want to, like, because sometimes dry brushing makes a mess too, because you get it on areas you didn't want to. If I'm going to dry brush, I usually like to do it before I put all the other stuff around it and all the other colors on it. So, okay. We can start gluing our pieces on and doing our finishing touches. I'm going to use this stick fast glue. Oh my goodness. Charlie must have been into this stuff because it feels like I'm missing about half of this bottle. She loves this glue and it's like super glue. So it makes me nervous. I'm like, what are you putting that on? Line it up and glue it down. Okay, just give it a little push. We're going to do the same with our black eyes. Charlie is going to be teaching a tutorial in Zoom for our Clubhouse kids next Sunday. How fun is that? She's going to be painting a little jack-o'-lantern pumpkin that she got from the Dollar Tree. And so her and some of our other Painters Clubhouse kids, grandkids, whatever, are all going to be joining her on Zoom on Sunday afternoon at 2:30 Central. So that should be super fun. She's a little nervous about it. So I got her a second jack-o'-lantern to paint as like a practice one so that when she does it live on the Zoom, she'll feel more confident. So that'll be fun. I think she's even got like a little giveaway she's going to do. Some goodies from the Dollar Tree that we picked up. We're going choose a winner. So that'll be fun. Okay, before I glue these down here, I feel like I need to do my lettering first, or the 3D pieces will be in the way of my hand when I'm doing the lettering. And I'm also going to get a round tip brush to do this lettering. Let's see. I'll try this one. Whoop, I just dropped it. She's so excited about it, Brenda. She's been telling random people in town. She's been telling them, I get to teach the clubhouse kids. She's so proud of herself. Somebody on TikTok said, I'd love to get out and do some painting. How close are you to Louisville? I am like 4 hours from Louisville, but I don't do in-person classes in my hometown anymore. It just got to be too hard to do in-person and online. So, you know what? I was going to do black, but I think I'm going to do brown. But you can join me online. I've got an online membership called the Painters Clubhouse, or you can join what we were talking about earlier, the big box of blanks. And I'll ship you 3 designs every quarter for you to paint. And they have video tutorials that you can follow along with. And that would be a good way for you to kind of get started. Will you be able to watch Charlie? Yeah, anybody can hop on the Zoom. And also, I think we're going to stream, if I can figure out the technology part of it. I think I'm going to stream the Zoom to the Facebook group. So you shouldn't have to be in Zoom to be able to see it. But if you're a Clubhouse kid and you want to be part of it, the reason we're doing it in Zoom is so that she can see the kids and the kids can see her and they can talk to each other. So that will be fun. Okay, so this is the brown from the small batch paints, undiluted. This is the actual color. It's a much darker brown than like what we used on most of the, my dog is being noisy, on most of the turkey. And so that I'm using this for the lettering, and I'm using a really small size 2 round tip brush, and I'm just ever so slightly kind of going in and just filling these areas in. You could also use a paint. That is very distracting. You could also use a paint pen to do this part. I don't even know what he's barking at. I don't know if somebody's walking down the road. Got him all excited. He's like right outside my window. Yeah, you can use E6000. I don't use E6000 because it takes longer to dry, and I like for it to dry almost instantly, especially if I'm on a live like this, so that I can hold it up and show you guys. Also, it kind of prevents me from bumping the pieces and accidentally moving them out of the area where I wanted them to be. So I just like the stick fast because it glues quicker. It dries quicker. Vicky said my dog is barking with your dog. Whoops. We had everybody's dogs all riled up. That's funny. What kind of dog do you have, Vicky? Mine is a German Shepherd mix. He's our guard dog out in the yard, but he's also like one big playful pup. He's not very ferocious. Hang on. I got a hair or something tickling my face. Mine are looking for your dog. Spoiled chocolate lab. Oh my, I bet. Those are smart dogs. So what do you think of the color change up that we did from the original design? Because the original design was a little bit more monochromatic than this. Oh, I'm gonna need to switch brushes. This is a different type of lettering. So I'm gonna switch to a tiny little filbert tip brush that will kind of do those nice rounded edges of the letters. Let's see, is this small enough? That's gonna be too big. If you set your brush down on the lettering and you notice that it expands beyond the width of the letters, then it's probably too big to do those letters. Like if you push down on it at all and it starts to go outside the boundary lines of those letters, then it's too small or too big. But with a filbert tip brush, instead of a round tip brush, I can just do like print lettering, almost like I'm just writing with a regular pen or pencil. And so I'm kind of just drawing the lines. And at the end of each part of the letter, I'm just kind of like lifting my brush straight up and stopping the line. And it creates a nice smooth end on the end of each letter instead of having like scraggly bristles. Somebody's knocking on my front door. Hang on just a second. Sorry. Hang on. I'm sorry. I think it's the delivery man. I'll be right back. Somebody come up with a trivia game.
Calling Michael. Mobile.
Hold up. I got to call my husband. You're so sweet.
Hello.
Hey, babe, the U-Line guy's at the end of the driveway with a semi-truck, and he's afraid to come up the driveway, afraid he'll, like, tear up all the limbs on our trees or something. He's
All right, I'll walk down there and meet.
He's standing on the front porch right now, and he seems kind of fit to be tied with me because I didn't answer the phone, but I'm live.
I'm headed that way.
Okay, thank you. Bye. Like, he was aggravated because I didn't pick up the phone when he called. Well, I'm on a live video. Apparently, I need to change the number on our U-Line account to be my husband's phone number. That way, they aren't calling me when they have a delivery to make. And that's why the dog was going crazy, because it was barking at him. I'm like, I'm sorry, sir. What do you want me to do? Oh, you guys are so sweet. I'm trying my best, but you know, I'm a one-man show here in the craft room. I have a lot of people who help me behind the scenes. I have the guys out in the shop who help and do all the shipping and all of that. But when I'm doing a live video, like a lot of times I'm in here 100% by myself. So if somebody's knocking on the door, and usually if it's like a UPS man or a post office man, they'll just leave the delivery and then go on. And now he's standing on the front porch talking to him. They'll leave the delivery and they'll go ahead and go. And this was like a guy with a semi truck parked at the end of our driveway. And we have like a really long driveway. And so I was trying to tell him, just drive back to the shop. He was afraid he was going to tear up the limbs on our trees or something. I don't know. So I said, let me just get my husband and y'all two work it out. So Michael's on the porch with him now. Oh, goodness. Do you have any questions? We're almost to the end here. We're gluing on our feet and our pieces, and then we'll do some finishing touches. I think he turned out pretty stinking cute. I'm glad you guys gave me the idea of doing the green sign. I think that accentuates these other colors really well. I'm really happy with the coverage of the small batch paints. I think they did awesome. What kind of spray sealer do I use? I have a couple different kinds. I use like Rust-Oleum lacquer sometimes. I also use Deco Art Duraclear. No, wait. Yeah, that's the brush on. Duraclear gloss varnish. That's if you have to brush it on. I prefer spray. I think it's easier. And then there's also a Deco Art triple thick gloss glaze spray. I really like that as well. Lisa said ordering now. Awesome. How many of you guys plan to sign up for a big box of blanks this Friday when it opens for new members? What did I do with my glasses? I was like looking around. I must have taken them off when I entered the front door and set them down. So I'm like trying to read your comments. Oh, thank you. What glue am I using? Margie, it's called Stick Fast. It's linked in my Amazon favorites. I'll drop the Amazon link here again for you. The heat gun I've been using is in there as well. There's some paint pens on there. Is everything glued down? I think so. Okay, let's do some finishing touches. I'm going to add a little white like dot inside his eyes or something. Let me look at, okay, yeah, he's got a little white dot kind of up on his eyes. So I'm just going to dip the bottom end of a paintbrush in white paint and just let it dot right there. Look how much that suddenly changes his eyes. He suddenly looks way more alert. And then I'm going to get my little round tip paintbrush that we were using. And we're going to do some accents. So I may do like some little white highlights like on his little gobbler. And, oops, sorry, he's not all the way up on the camera. And then like on the top of his little beak. I might even do some like on his little floofy thingy here. Like kind of just do some little swoops and swipes like little feathers. That's kind of cute, right? Do some on his little feathers here. And then some on his little feet. You could also do this with a paint pen. I prefer the look of it with a paintbrush, so it's kind of why I'm using that instead. I don't know if I want to do a whole lot. I might do some black accents on the feathers. So let me go. I rinse my brush out, get some black, and I might do some like lines to outline the areas on the feather, like this. So if you had a messy hand or a shaky hand, this will clean things up. That's one of the reasons I'm doing it, is my hand was a little shaky earlier. It still is a little shaky. But my line work, my outlining work was not very good on some spots. So this just kind of tidies it up. There we go. I feel like I need like a little bit of water in this paint. Oh, I just slung water all over me because the paint is so, it's been sitting here for a minute and it's getting kind of dry, and I didn't have very much in here to begin with. So if your black paint feels like it's not gliding, add a little water to it. Make things a lot easier. And I wanted to do like a little bit up the center of these feathers or something. I don't know. I don't know if I like that. There we go. Whew. I feel like this one was a bit of a marathon. I don't know why. It didn't, I mean, we have been on for an hour and 15 minutes, but that's a little longer than usual. But what do you guys think? Let me swap it to this angle right here. So this one is actually 16 inches, and it's kind of funny because I got out in the shop and was cutting some pieces one day, and I thought I cut out an 18-inch piece, but I must have goofed and set the size wrong. So he came out a little smaller than usual, and I told my husband, I was like, just save that one for me. I'll paint that one live. So normally this size would be 18 inches. So if this one looks a little small to you, it's because I goofed and cut it out a little small. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one with me. It was a lot of fun. I like the color change up that we did. You could go even further with this and do like polka dots on your feathers. You could totally change up the color combination of this. You could do all the feathers in the same color if you want, and then, you know, make your sign sort of the accent. So you just do whatever colors you want to do. I would love to see pictures of however you paint this one. I was scanning back to see if I missed any questions earlier. Some Somebody said, do you ever have the white highlights fade after it dries? If you do, it's possibly that your paint is watered down a little bit. You might, but no, I haven't had them really fade. I have if they are with a white paint pen, but not with a paintbrush. Okay. Any other questions? Janet says, just able to join. Question about Big Box of Blanks. Why should I be watching for an email on Friday? What's the process? So if you're on the wait list, it's because we don't have spots open right now. But on Friday, we plan to send an email to the wait list to fill those spots that we do have open. And so it's just open for Friday through Sunday. So if you're on the wait list, Friday we will send an email so you don't miss it. Give the door hanger to the truck driver. Yeah, I don't know. He might be like, my wife would like this, but what am I going to do with it? All right, y'all have a wonderful afternoon. I will see you next time. Go grab your Southern Adornments Live virtual tickets or get on the Big Box Blanks wait list. And I will see you again on Friday for Friday Fab 5. Bye, y'all.